Today on Hot Rod Garage, we're gonna do a hot rod roundup.
Fun?
Yeah! Welcome to the Hot Rod Garage presented by Lincoln Tech. Today we're doing a hot rod roundup. That means we brought a bunch of our project cars from the last season out here to California Speedway in beautiful Fontana, California.
And by a bunch, you mean all of them.
Pretty much all of them. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take all these cars, we're gonna match them up against each other, take them to the drag strip, and see which one is the fastest. Before we could come here, we had to get all this stuff ready for the track. The first car we're gonna dig into today is Project X. Now, in our quest to return this thing to its sort of street racer look, we did quite a few things. We have a modern LS, but we want it to look old school. We've got a YN blower on there with some Holley carburetors. What else did we get in here?
We did some suspension stuff. We stashed the coils. We did all the little dress up here. We took that killer billet piece off the front of the grill and put the stock grill back in. That killer billet piece that says 427 looks great in my garage, by the way.
One thing we didn't do is we didn't get back to some 15-inch wheels and tires. We want to do it. We know you guys want to see it, but because this car is a Corvette front suspension, there are no 15-inch wheels that will bolt right onto these brakes. These are some monster Corvette brakes.
13-inch brakes,
Yeah, but guess what? We figured it out. Strange makes a drag brake package for the Corvette, and we think with that on there and a little bit of work, we're gonna be able to put these new Billet Specialty Rival wheels on there that we've got in 15x4 and 15x12-inch sizes. Those will go on. This thing will look legit.
Drag brakes on a drag car.
Drag brakes on a drag car.
Who've thought of that? In the trunk of this car, there's a panel with a bunch of autographs on it. The top of the food chain back in the day, and probably still is a guy named Mike Copeland. I know him personally. He put this car together back in the day. I'm taking it apart. Sorry, Mike. Back in like 05, 06, when this car was put back together by GM, they put what was cutting edge on the car, and now it's 2016 and this stuff is still pretty much cutting edge. It's just too big. We're gonna have to go back to the Fred Flintstone days and make this car work on the track.
So this is Strange Engineering's brake kit. It is B4178WC. It's a 4-piston, lightweight rotor drag kit for a Corvette. This is basically a Corvette under there, so that's what we're using. We're gonna cut the original ears off the OEM spindle where the caliper mounts, because everything's gonna get pushed inward.
Doesn't always go that easy.
I'm gonna pull the hub off of the spindle so that we don't potentially get any shavings in there when we're cutting these ears off. And then I also have to take it off because the caliper new mount bolts between the hub and the spindle. That thing fell. Okay, so I've got the spindle for Project X trimmed up. That will allow us to mount in our new caliper mount, sandwich it between the spindle and the hub. First, I'm gonna reinstall the spindle. So anytime you mount a fixed caliper over a rotor, it's super important that you get it centered or you'll have uneven brake pressure and it won't retract properly and it'll be really weird. So they give you a ton of shims to basically space this forward and back to make sure that it's centered perfectly over the rotor. You're gonna just measure yourself and use however many shims you need. They've got 3 in the diagram, so I'm gonna start there and work in and out. And then drop at least all of them. Okay, so actually removing all the shims centers that caliper perfectly over the rotor. Now I'm gonna do is torque it to 35 foot-pounds, hook that brake line up, install the pads, and we're gonna see if these 15-inch wheels will fit. This is a fixed caliber. It's super easy to install these. There's just one retaining bolt across the top. You remove that. These pads are gonna slide right in, bolt goes back in, and it's done. I'm gonna make sure that I don't touch the friction surface here either with the oil on my hands, because that will screw it up. They're on there and they fit great. That's rad. So these are 15 by 4 inch, 1 3/4 inch back spacing, Billet Specialties rival wheels. They've got Mickey Thompson Sportsman tires on here. Now, they look really small, like they can't support a lot of weight, but this is a special 8-ply version of this, and it can support a ton of weight, because this is a pretty heavy car, so you don't feel like it's gonna explode as soon as you put it on the ground. So if you've got a car that's 3,000 or 4,000 pounds, look into getting the heavier duty tires.
Okay, so we're out with the new and in with the new. I think there's room for more there. Oh yeah, we need to get bigger tires eventually.
All right, man, so that's it. It's back down on these 15-inch wheels, and Project X looks right once again.
Shiny, it looked just like those other brand.
You know,
But
stoked.
I like this brand.
These are awesome Billet Specialties wheels. They have transformed the look of this car. What's next?
I drive it.
Cool.
Wait,
Dude,
hold on.
come on.
You guys making a show or something over
We're
here?
making a show.
You in a band?
No.
All right.
Okay, so we've got Project X done, looking awesome on those 15s, and it's ready for the racetrack. We brought in 2 more of our Hot Rod Garage project cars, and they both need help getting the power from their engines to their transmissions. Now we've got the Bone Marrow, that's our Turbo LS low buck project. If you recall,
Sketchy.
yeah, sketchy, awesome low buck project. If you recall, that thing leaves the line like what, a baby stroller?
Yeah.
Or a slowly
Like
rolling.
me.
Yeah, and that thing really needs a looser converter to take advantage of all that top-end power because the gear's too long in it, and we want it to go fast. So we're gonna stick a cheap converter I got from Summit for 319 bucks in there. That'll put us about $10,500 for the whole project. If we can go 10.5 for 10.5, we will be stoked.
1050s for 10.5. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty good. And we've got Lucky Chevelle here. Now this thing is a proper manual 6-speed car.
Yes,
but
it is.
It has been used and abused
Just the start of things.
over and over again, and that clutch is burned up and it's beat up, and we need to upgrade that thing to a serious twin-disc Dragon Claw Hayes clutch.
Say that again.
Dragon Claw Hayes clutch. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's get started. Where do you want to start? I'll do this
We
one.
should start on this.
That one.
But I
We'll
like
switch.
I like mine.
You do yours.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll do mine. The dipstick is bolted to the motor.
To the motor or to the bell housing?
Back of the head.
Who did that?
What do you think?
Me.
You.
But you know what? Didn't come off, did it?
It didn't.
Stop.
Okay, so the Bone Marrow is fast as the track everywhere but about the first 100 feet, and this is how we're gonna change that. I went onto Summit's catalog and found a nice, cheap Summit brand converter. It is part number 700360. It's a 10-inch converter with a stall speed range between 2,900 and 3,300 RPM. That should let this thing leave in the meat of the power band, and it should haul everywhere now. And the best part is, it's 359 bucks, which our total cost for the car and all the parts at 10,508 bucks.
1058s.
So if we go 1050s for 10.5, I will be super stoked. Okay, so we've got that new converter slid gently into place. Now we're gonna put the transmission back up into Bone Marrow, and this thing is just about ready to hit the track.
No tranny jokes?
No, we're above that.
We're above that.
We're above it.
David Freiberger, we're above that.
A little bit higher. Yeah, just kick it around.
There it is. Ready? Oh. It's in. You ever seen anything going that smooth?
Oh, we did it.
That was like magic.
We're car geniuses.
All right, let's take a break.
All right, you're done, right? Okay, so we've got the transmission bolted back into the Bone Marrow. That thing is all buttoned up and ready to hit the track. Now we're gonna turn our attention to Lucky Chevelle, which needs a new clutch because we have been thrashing on this thing all year. Lucky couldn't wait. Last night he yanked the transmission out just to get things rolling, and we've got that new Dragon Claw clutch ready to put in. And because Lucky wants to be really safe, he went ahead and got a QuickTime bell housing.
Correct.
Scatter shield,
Yeah.
as the old guys call it. And we're gonna put that in too.
The old guys, I like that.
It's car's gonna clutch so hard. It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna clutch like Louis Vuitton.
Oh,
It's a good reference.
Nice.
Get it? Clutch.
I get
like
it.
a girl carries like a little
you know a
handbag.
lot of different purses. I get it. I got it.
Yeah, I know purses everywhere, dude. I have lots of friends. Torquing the flywheel correctly is super important. I've seen it happen before where you've over-tightened them and fatigued the bolt where it's about ready to break. And when this flywheel comes off, it is literally a buzz saw and it will cut through anything. I'm installing the scatter shield or bell housing to do some measurements on where the hydraulic throwout bearing is in relation to the pressure plate. Didn't you read the instructions? I didn't either. Tony told me we got to do this. So just like torquing the flywheel down, it's important to torque the pressure plate down to the correct setting for the same reason you do the flywheel. This thing is spinning really fast and it's balanced. And if one of these dillies come off, and by dillies, I mean one of these hardened ARP style bolts, they are like a bullet. And they can ruin your day. Or as Tony would say, 3 equal steps, 5, 10, 15, 35. Get it? I made a joke there.
So Hayes sent over this really cool tool that allows you to figure out the depth of the fingers of the clutch and the depth of the throwout bearing in the bell housing, and that allows you to set the distance between the diaphragm and the throwout bearing. You're usually looking for about 1/8 of an inch of clearance between the two. This is actually a later sprung style throwout bearing. It works a little bit differently. You just make sure that that thing is in the meat of its travel, and then you're good to go because there is no initial space between the two. But this is a really cool tool. I'm gonna keep this thing around. We have made a bunch of different stuff haphazardly to make something like this, so it's rad. I'm gonna keep it.
Hey, Tony, can you reach this bolt up here, the top one?
Yeah, I'll have to knock you out first and then climb on top of you. Okay, so now we're at the drag strip for a proper hot rod shootout. And we've got our 6 contenders in these 3 cool matchups. We've got the Bone Marrow versus Project X. This is a cool lineup because this thing is a $10,000 beater, and that car was appraised at $1 million. This car has all the attention to detail in the world. It's like a museum piece, and this is something we threw together as quick as we could, right?
Supermodel against sketchy party girl.
Right? But what's cool about this matchup is they're both boosted LS motors, so I think it's gonna be a really cool race.
I'm driving this one.
You don't wanna drive that?
I'm scared of that one.
Too much, that's fine.
I've gotten plenty of stitches in my day.
Yeah. Okay, so now we've got a cool one. These are both my cars. This is Roll Smokey, my 12-valve Cummins turbo diesel truck that if you watched in the episode, we swapped the 95 diesel turbo motor in, put a bigger turbo on it, did some fuel upgrades, wound up with about 800 foot-pounds of torque and 300 horsepower. And this is my 71 Dodge Demon. This is my baby. This was my first car. It's an original 71 Demon, matching numbers 344 speed car. So when we built the motor on this thing, we kept it pretty tame. It's just got a camshaft, intake manifold, carb, and headers. So it makes about 300 wheel horsepower, 325 foot-pounds of torque at the tires, but it's a nice light car and it's 4-speed, so it's gonna be pretty quick.
Either one got AC?
Neither one.
I'll drive the big one.
Okay. But first, what we're gonna start out with is a really fun one, and I think what might be the closest matchup all day. We've got Lucky's Personal Chevelle. Now this is a 6-liter LS motor, right? A truck motor.
Correct.
It's got a cam, it's got some work, it's got Holley fuel injection on it. It did about 400 wheel horsepower, and it's a really cool car. It handles great, it's a great street car, it's got AC and a 6-speed, so you can take it anywhere you want, but it's gutted, it's light, and it really performs. But on the other hand, we've got the wagon. The wagon, the Fury Roadmaster, which has that 512 stroker. It's super raw and rugged. I really like this car too, and guess what? It also made about 404 wheel horsepower.
Dude, after that last stunt, I'm tossed between which one I want to drive.
Right?
Yeah.
So these are 2 rad cars that I think are gonna be really close together, and now it's time to figure out which one is faster. You ready? Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. pretty good. His car's faster. Man, I wish I had a tack. I don't know where it's stopping. All right, so you win.
We can do this all day, buddy.
Yeah, that would be awesome because I think we're getting paid to have this much fun. Your car is a little faster.
You know what kind of sucks is I can say I just beat Grandma's station wagon.
Yeah, it's true. This thing is pretty quick.
Yeah,
13.4 in a hot day is pretty solid.
All I had to do was like go like this, and I could see you. You were right there.
You were
right there.
there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The whole way.
That's great.
Cool. Good job, buddy.
Hell yeah. Next one's Demon versus Truck.
Oh,
Right?
I'm gonna whoop you with your own truck.
We'll find out.
Probably not.
I win either way, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's more like it.
Yeah.
You took a beating on that one.
Don't get used to that feeling.
Okay. I felt pretty good about that. Although realistically, I wish this car was a little quicker. I think if I played with it a little more, I could have taken a little time off. But I whooped you soundly. But really, I'm gonna have to do some upgrades to
Wait,
this
technically you kicked your own ass.
thing. I kicked my own ass pretty soundly.
You know I didn't wear a helmet?
Yeah, why?
You have to run 14s to wear a helmet.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Good job there, buddy.
But I feel like in the future, maybe I beef this thing up so it would outrun like a stock Altima at some point, right?
Maybe.
That'd be good.
What's next?
The fast cars. Is it coming? Was it that bad? I was wondering when you were gonna show up, buddy.
Dude, do you have any idea how difficult it is to change all those gears?
Would you call it a thorough beating?
Yeah, well, I got in the second gear and I looked up and I'm not gonna catch you.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I've driven faster cars than this. I don't know that I've driven scarier cars than this. Because all we did was take this old clapped out chassis and put a whole bunch of horsepower in it. This car is still insane to drive. You should drive it.
I'll pass. The
Okay.
thing poops and scoots and I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Yeah, this thing rips. But I think we should spend a couple minutes and maybe make some passes in just this car.
You know,
since it clearly smokes X
An
pretty
easy
hard.
way to always achieve is to lower your standards.
That's a good call.
10.5s.
10.5.
10.5.
10.5. All right,
There
let's
you go.
do it.
All right.
Now that we've dragged all the cars against each other, we know just how they stack up. Lucky was Mr. Consistent in his Chevelle. He beat the wagon 12.8 to 13.4, running nearly the same ET and MPH every time. Driving my Demon, I was able to crush Lucky and roll Smokey 14.4 to 16.2. That's a bad beating, but I think there's even a better time in the Demon. And finally, our low buck car, Bone Marrow, was able to crush $1 million car Project X 12.1 to 13.2. Now we're not done yet. With a little bit of tweaking, we think we might even be able to get that thing to hit our 10-second goal. So with Bone Marrow, we tossed some slicks on there that are a little bit shorter that we had from David's Crusher episode, and those will help with our gearing, and they're a little bit wider too, so it should leave even harder. And then we put some colder plugs in there, got them a little bit tighter because it is breaking up, maybe blowing out the spark. We're gonna play with the booster as much as we can and hopefully get this thing to do 10 seconds, which would be a huge win. So I can't wait. We're ready to go. Here we go. So we hit 11.4 with the Bone Marrow. That thing left the line like a maniac with that new torque converter. We had the wider slicks on there. It really gripped up. With the boost turned way up, the engine let go about half track, pumping out a ton of smoke. I'm not sure if we broke a piston ring or what happened. That thing is hurt. But to run an 11.4 and basically shut down halfway, 3/4 down the track, we actually might have built that 10-second car, but we'll never know. So that wraps up another episode of Hot Rod Garage presented by Lincoln Tech. We had a ton of fun dragging all these cars out to the drag strip today. We got to run them, we got to smoke a bunch of tires, and see how they stack up against each other. It wasn't ideal track conditions, so I think we were a little slow on all the times, but it was a ton of fun. Don't forget to check us out on social media between episodes. The show is Hot Rod Garage Show on Facebook and Instagram. My Instagram is Tangelo96, and Lucky is Mobile Tech Lucky. And we will see you next time.